Bowden's at home, but I don't see a Bowden team stopping the Braves tonight. I'll take Hurd County in that one.
I agree with you there. That seems to be a no-brainer.
Dublin hosts Scriven County. The Gamecocks head to Dublin looking for, I think, either their 5th or 6th victory in a row over the Fighting Irish, and this is a woeful season for the Fighting Irish. And believe me, I know something about woeful seasons. I'll take Scriven County, even though they're going on the road.
Yeah, the folks that won't be there or in Cook County will probably do some deer hunting. So, based on the fact that they know the outcome of those games, they'll do deer.
Or at least preparing to go deer hunting. Hopefully they're out of the tree stands by now. Early County hosts Cook, and I'm going to take Cook in that one, even though the Bobcats are very tough at home.
Yeah, I agree with you. Cook County looks strong in the game this year in 1AA.
Lamar County, a remarkably transformed program, hosts Crawford County. That's a Region 4 battle. We don't feature Region 4 much, but I'll take Lamar County at home over Crawford County.
I would agree with you there.
Model hosts Dade County, and I'm going to have to go with the Blue Devils in that one over Dade County. I'll take Model.
I'll take the upset there. Go with Dade. That's kind of go for broke there for Dade.
Dade's had some good seasons. They haven't had a great one this year. Raven County hosts Oglethorpe County. I'm going to take the Wildcats in that one, Raven County over Oglethorpe County.
Yeah, I'll always go with Raven County.
Thomasville hosts Pelham. As much as I'd love to pull for the kids, well, I'll pull for the kids from Mitchell County. I've got to say that even Thomasville should win this game tonight.
Yeah, Thomasville definitely in 1AA.
Toombs County and Atkinson County, that's a Region 2 matchup. I'll take Toombs County in that one over Atco.
Can't disagree with you there. Toombs looks strong.
And finally, Washington Wilkes hosts Social Circle. The Tigers, they're talk about a much improved program. I'm going to take the Washington Wilkes Tigers in that one over Social Circle.
Well, they've gone up, they've gone down, and now they seem to be back up. I'll go with Washington Wilkes as well.
Not much to debate tonight on that for us.
Well, we're at that point of the season where it seems to be the scouting reports are out.
What's our scouting report on the GAC Spartans?
Speaking of scouting reports, set you up with a segue there. Well, common opponents. We can throw all these stats and all this rigmarole. Bottom line is GAC has one loss this year against the AAA team that's really solid. That was ranked number 2 at the time they played them, and that was their only loss. And GAC is a solid team. You heard Coach Munchip say they get after it. They're well coached, and they've got 4 or 5 guys that they rely on. And beyond that, they're incredibly talented team. Beyond that, and common opponents: Westminster, Westland, Hateville. They beat all the same teams we beat. We expect a really hard-fought battle, and this one's up for grabs.
We'll turn things over to Lovett Network Control for a look at what's going on around Lovett this week. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Lovett football on the internet on gapref.com.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will honor America by raising the flag and protect the game on the riverbed. Doing the honors this evening are members of the Lions 2012 State Championship Volleyball Team. If you would also introduce your name, the senior members of the Lovett Singers present the national anthem.
Charlie said that kid's got talent. Well, I think that's the reason why
We've got a wonderful, nice fall evening here for football as we heard Coach By GHSA. Somebody's looking down. Humidity, and we've got a nice little insulation here from the riverbank that's going to give us a little bit of a cool. Field conditions perfect. We had an off week last week here on this field as we played over in Westminster on Nancy Creek there, so the field looks perfect. And, a crisp night for football, and I imagine, Richard, you can remember, I can remember a little bit of warm-ups, and that's all you need on a night like tonight, and then it's time to go. It's hard to beat these conditions.
And very interesting, we had cramping last week. I did not expect to see that this late in the season, but we had some kids go down with cramps.
See it early, see it late, you never know. It looks like
GAC won the toss.
Won the toss, elected to defer, so Lovett will probably take the ball to start this game, and they'll defend the, looks like the south end there.
Any wind to speak of? I mean,
nothing, not a bit.
The flag is dead.
You would almost always expect something coming off the riverbanks here, but tonight it's calm, cool, and collected. We'll expect that to be the opposite of the way the game plays out, as this is no doubt going to be a hard-fought, nose-to-nose, grinder-out kind of game, as both teams are about to break their respective huddles and break through the banners here. And we've got senior night. And I can't say enough about the seniors' leadership. We noticed it last year, and maybe I wouldn't say disappointing finish, but not the way we're used to seeing things happen. And I think this junior group really took a lot of things into the offseason last year and come on strong this year. And we've seen it week in and week out. There's been a mistake or two, and this tough schedule that we played, I think, has really been something that this group has. If we didn't have this group, then we wouldn't have been as successful as we had. And I know we're 5-4, and that maybe to the naked eye not seem to be a whole lot of success, but there's been a ton of it this year. And, no doubt this senior group will lead us tonight. We're getting close to football, getting close to kickoff. This is going to be, for all the marbles in this region, matchup tonight. Something we've looked forward to for quite some time now, as we felt like this was the way it's going to be.
Incidentally, whether you like it or not, the spotter asked if we could perhaps open the window. I'm just saying.
Do it.
So maybe we should satisfy her.
Well, I probably should give you some starting lineups too, as I do tonight, as I do open the window. Starting at left tackle tonight for Lovett, junior Ted Stuber. Left guard tonight for Lovett, sophomore Eric Thomas. Senior Forrest Bell will be centering the Lions. Right guard will be senior Corey Erdos, senior. Right tackle tonight is Bennett Gwynn. Wideouts tonight, senior Mitchell Marino. On the other side will be senior Wynn Martin. At the tight end tonight, sophomore Will Garrity. Fullback tonight, John Jameson. Tailback Grant Haley. Quarterback, Lou Campbell. On defense tonight, our three inside guys. Nose tackle, Will Garrity. Defensive ends are Wesley Anthony and Alex Ward. Our linebackers, Nick Bowden, Corey Erdos, Nathan Alford, John Coletti, and Spencer. Corners are Lynn Martin, Grant Haley, and safety. We're about ready for kickoff in here. Legendary voice of the Lions. War Eagle.
Oh boy, let's hope I get to say War Eagle more than once tomorrow. Brandon Holtzgreave to kick it away, and he's going to pooch it short, where Nick Bowden will take it on a knee. And the Lions will set up 1st and 10 at their own 27, it looks like. It looks like we may have been trying to save money on paint this week because those far hash marks are rather faint.
Well, we've got a home football game next week, so
So the Lions will be moving out of the south end zone, moving against the current of the Chattahoochee River, moving towards that north end zone up towards Highway 41. Lions in a shotgun set. They're shifting now Garrity and Jameson to this near side with a truck set to the right. They're going to hand it to Haley trying to run wide, and they're going to turn him back inside and drop him for a loss. We did not block that corner coming up. That was Parker Polehill coming up along with Ben Lorick, and they dropped Haley for almost an 8-yard loss.
Well, we had a strong side there. We ran to that strong side, and their defense adjusted nicely and got in our backfield quickly. And one of the few times you'll see Grant get taken down kind of quickly with that first and second wave. And big loss for Lovett on first down. Not what they were hoping.
Being up second and almost 18 for the Lions. Ball's just shy of the 20. We go shotgun set this time. Put Lee in motion. We're going to hand it to Haley running off that left side. He picks up about 5. And let's see, there's a flag. I'm afraid it's coming back.
Yeah, flag right in the middle of the field there, thrown by the umpire, which leads you against the Lions.
Illegal procedure called against the Lions, and this is not the start the Lions were looking for. Coach Muschamp's looking for an explanation.
I'm surprised they didn't decline that. I believe they had insurance there. That would have been third and about 12 or 13. Now it's
It'll be 2nd and 24, we'll call it. 2nd and 22, actually. 2nd and 22, we'll call it the 15.
Might be time for a screen to the wide side over here.
Well, the Lions go shotgun set with a bunch set to this near side, and now we're going to shift out of it, go pistol with Haley in the pistol. We put White in motion. We're going to toss it wide to Haley running to his left. He's going to get outside and maybe pick up about 6. Across the 20, I'm going to get marked out right at the 21-yard line. So give him 6. That'll bring up a long 3rd and about 16. Peter Whiteman ran him out right at the 21.
Well, Richard, this is the kind of game where you get behind the sticks like this and you're looking, kind of not to make a mistake versus being aggressive to go for broke here. And mistakes and fumbles and turnovers and big plays in these kind of games are always determining factor. We'll see what Lovett does on 3rd down.
There's a shotgun set, just a 3-man front. Now walking up a 4-man front. Candler looks, has some time. He's going to float it over the middle to Marino. Marino catches it upfield and picks up a first down. He dances out of bounds right across the 40 up to the 41-yard line. Goes Mitchell Marino. Nice running.
Well, GAC went coverage on the play, sat about 8 back in the coverage, and he ran a little delay route over the middle, and Mitch Marino got the block over there on the corner by Wynn Martin springing for that extra 2 yards for a first down. Actually, it might have been big Will Garrity over there on the block, but nonetheless, a first down for Lovett on 3rd and long.
Darius Slayton chased him all the way across, but never could head off Marino. 1st and 10 lines from the 41. Going to take it out of the shotgun. Going to be in trouble and try and float it for Jamison towards this sideline. Ball sails over his head. Polehill in coverage, but that play did not develop well for the Lions as pressure caused Candler to throw it earlier than he wanted to. Pressure applied that time by Trevor DeDecker.
Well, Richard, we heard in the pregame Coach Muschamp talk about this defense for GAC and how kind of get after it they are. But I'll tell you what, you look at this, 11 guys on the field, and about 3 or 4 of them stand out just merely because of their size. And maybe it's because the 6 or 7 are kind of the little guys, but they've got some 3 or 4 big guys on defense.
2nd and 10 from the 41. Shotgun set, 3 receivers to the right. We're going to fire it out for Haley. He gets dropped right at the 40-yard line by Pickens. A nice play by Pickens. What a sure tackle in the open field on Grant Haley. If we could have gotten that ball out a little bit earlier, I think Grant would have had some running room.
I think the initial read was downfield in his secondary read and moving down the progression there, which is hard to say from a sophomore quarterback reading down the progression. He correctly did, but that's a sure open field tackle by a GAC defender, a junior there, and otherwise that's a big 20-something yard gain.
So 3rd and 11 for the Lions from their own 40. 2 receivers to the left. Candler's going to take it out of the shotgun, has plenty of time, looking for a man. He's going to float it up high, and it's going to be picked off, but he's going to fall out of bounds. He was trying to stretch it to Andrew Siegel on this near sideline, but Ross Wood was able to secure the ball, but his toe was on the sideline stripe, and it'll force a Lions punt on 4th and 11 as Wynn Martin drops back inside his 30, standing around his 26. He'll get this punt away around his 30. Deep for the Spartans is Parker Polehill, who's going to gather it in. No, that's Peter Whiteneck, and he's going to get dropped right in his tracks at the 23-yard line. He's brought down there by Jack Stevens along with Jack McGranahan.
Well, Richard, we've seen so far 2 3rd and longs for Lovett, and both times GAC has chosen to play kind of a coverage, kind of only a 3-man rush there, and we've seen Willie Taylor have plenty of time. First time he got a good completion over the middle, but good coverage there on 3rd down for the Lions, for GAC against the Lions, and almost threw an interception there, and now Lovett goes on defense.
1st and 10, GAC. They're in an I set. They run the I a lot. Chappell's going to take it, fire it out complete to his receiver out on that far right side. And let's see, there's a flag on the play. What is that for? Was it face mask?
That's a crazy one.
Pass was,
looked like he was falling down the play, try to make the tackle, and he had an athletic play to get up and get him, and then he got help from
personal foul called against the Lions. Don't know what that was for, but
must have been a face mask, like you said. I did not pick that up.
But we certainly didn't have a face mask signal.
Nope, we didn't get that. You're right. That was Coach Muschamp was not happy and trying to pick up why it's not happening.
So GAC picks up 15 after a 4-yard completion. Chappell goes shotgun this time. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He's going to hand it off to his setback. And there goes racing down that far sideline. But sliding goes Kyle Scales, a senior running back. And Scales went up from the left to the right and had plenty of running room. He was finally brought down by Tyler Shipley.
Well, Scales has been their go-to guy all year long. Particularly GAC's offense, even though they got talented quarterback, but we've seen Scales get 200-plus yards a time or two this year for them on offense.
So 2 plays and 2 first downs for the Spartans. Shotgun set for Chapel. He drops straight back. He's got plenty of time. Now he's going to look this side and call his own number and run it. He's going to come towards this near side and get hit right about the 42-yard line. Nathan Offit hit him there along with Spencer Lee. He was being chased towards this side by John Coletti, and he picks up 2 to the 43, we'll call it.
Well, we've seen a little development from Nathan Offit this year in the last 4 or 5 games. He's starting tonight, and he put a right there on quarterback there, Chapel for GAC. I think we had 15 Chapels over the years for GAC.
Chapels, Pates, Sutherlands, Chups, they're all there. They hand it off to Scales, and we're going to pull Scales, miss a tackle, and he's going to keep on his feet and get inside the 40 down to about the 38.
I'll say that Offit had him for about a yard gain and couldn't quite bring him down. And took Coletti
and Erdos and Bowden. Right.
Bring him down and bring up third and about 3.5 here.
We're scoreless. A lot of play to speak of, but 7:38, 7:37 to go here first period, and we're scoreless. But GAC faces a critical third and almost 4. They're at the Lovett 38-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 receivers to the right. He's going to hand it to Scales. Scales is going to sprint inside, and Scales is going to score. 20, 10, 5. He had great running room. I mean, he ran behind a huge block by Brett Lee.
Yeah, they pulled both their guard and their tackle, the right guard and the right tackle in this formation. They crossed on the left and let our upfield penetration just kind of take care of itself. And those guys went down and got that second level linebacker and corner. And that fine, talented running back Kyle Scales just walked through the end zone untouched for about 30 plus yards there.
So Brandon Holsgrove will attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold, and he's true on it, and your new score, GAC 7, Lovett nothing. 7:20 to go here in this first period, and quite an impressive opening drive for the Spartans. Very different than what the Lions opened with. Their offensive line is Buford size.
Yeah, they are big, and they pull both those guys. I tell you, Scales, as quick as he is, and as seemingly powerful as we've heard, he's kind of a more of a scat back type where you almost get lost and can't find him. And you saw those big linemen, and he got to that second level rather quickly, and all of a sudden he's gone. And we were kind of looking around trying to find him at that point. Bothered him up for the first few plays, but good blocking, good execution.
And that GAC scoring drive was 4 plays and 77 yards.
Yeah, big personal foul. We couldn't quite figure that out, but Scales goes for a first down run and then a touchdown run.
And they're not going to kick it to Haley. Holtzgrove is going to tee it up and just take a 2-step punch at it. 1-2, and he punches it to Spencer Lee, who goes across the 30, looks for running room, up across the 35, up near the 40-yard line goes Spencer Lee. The Lions acted as if they were going to let Bowden take it on the fair catch, and then Lee came up and picked up a good 12-yard gain. And the Lions were in pretty good field position here, trailing at 7-0, but they're right on their 40-yard line. Lee was brought down by Jonathan Pickens, the strong safety.
Almost like we expect a little bit of that pooch kick tonight. We should know it. We've seen it a million times.
So shotgun set for the Lions. We put Harris in motion towards this near side. We fake it to him. Candler's going to call his own number, look for running room, pick up about 6 or 7 across the 45 up near the 47.
Well, we got Eric Thomas in there tonight starting, and he's at left guard and he pulled right there, and we had a good formation set up there, and he had no one really to block. Got down there about 3 to 4 yards before he found somebody. A good first down gain there. I think we're going to see Willie tonight. I think this is the way the game's going to be. Grant is going to get keyed on, but Willie's going to be the guy running and passing tonight.
David Elrod pulled Candler down from behind, but it'll make it 2nd and 3. Lions have to get to midfield for a first down. And let's see, it looks like Coach Muschamp's going to call an early timeout. So with timeout on the field, 6:37 to go here in this first period. GAC leads it 7-0. I talk about this all the time, but I think it's important. The Lovett campus store recycles batteries. I'm talking about everything from alkaline, mercury, button cell. Just remember to apply tape to both the plus and minus side to prevent explosions while shipping. It's just another of the going green efforts in the Lovett campus store. Campus store is great. You can get in there at 7:30 in the morning, pick up a needed gift when you forgot the night before and you're trying to slide back inside the house by 8 o'clock. Get it on the kitchen counter. They'll gift wrap it for you. There's no sales tax on any item. All proceeds go back to the school, and video replays of Lovett football are also available courtesy of Timeless Productions.
An early timeout there on second down for the Lions, and they come out here in spread formation at second, about 3.5.
Shotgun set. Candler has Jamison flanking him wide to his right. He's going to roll right. Candler's going to call his own number, get across midfield, diving, and let's see where they mark it. I think, wow. He's going to give him the first, but I mean, he wasn't very generous about it.
I feel like the 49 would have been a good spot, and he spotted him right on the 50. He dove head first, got tripped up kind of by the turf monster there as he was trying to zig out, went zigzag in. Tough spot, nonetheless, a first down, and that's 2 plays for Willie there on the run. And I think that's where it's going to be tonight.
Ben Lorick tripped him up. He just grabbed his shoestring, but the Lions will go 1st and 10 from midfield. Flip Garrity from tight end on the right to the left, 2 receivers to the left. Here's Candler again, calling his own number, trying to get outside, dives in, back inside, across the 45, down to about the 43-yard line, picks up 7.
Well, a methodical kind of thing developing here as we substitute in and bring Haley and Andrew Siegel in. So we've got some big play capability in there. So far, 3 plays in a row, 3 runs for Willie, and 3 great games. That's about 7 yards on the first down there.
And we've got credited the tackle with Jonathan Pickens. There's a 48 on their roster, or there's 48 on the field, none on the roster. So 2nd and 3 lines from the GAC 43. We're going to hand it to Lee running wide. Lee's going to get inside the 40, down to about the 36. Good hard running by Spencer Lee. Pickens is there for the tackle, along with Rose. You got to be a fancy high school when you can put names on the back of your jerseys. Buford never did that. But GAC has it. Give them credit. I do have the binoculars.
X-ray vision, but a good game there. It looks like, at least from this drive particularly, that we're okay spreading them out and trying to run a little bit out of this. We might be setting up a couple of things here, a little screen or a little dump off on the pass play.
1st and 10 lines from the 36. We hand it to Haley, one and wide to the left, and he's going to get inside the 35 down to near the 31. Nice running.
Positive yards on first down on this drive so far, Richard, whereas the first drive, we went backwards with a penalty and a loss of bad formation, bad play, and a good play by GAC, to be honest with you. This drive so far, everything's been positive.
Ben Lorick and Jonathan Pickens dropped Haley after almost a 6-yard pickup. Clock ticks, 4:21, 4:20. Lions trail it here late first period, 7-0. Candler's going to call his own number, pick up about 4 or 5, and scramble down inside the 26, almost to the 25-yard line. Is there a flag on the play?
No, I'm just watching them key. They are taking 2 guys wherever Grant Haley goes, and it seems very obvious to me from here, my novice eyes, that they are really keen on Grant Haley wherever he goes. And that left Willie to go on the opposite side there on the keeper and get a first down.
Well, we might as well leave him in if we're not going to give him the ball. Shotgun set, pistol set right, and GAC jumps. Lions go to a hard count on this first down play from the GAC 26, and the Spartans jump, and that'll be a 5-yard mark-off.
Well, it's easy to just get in a little rhythm here. Even from the Lovett perspective, just getting a little rhythm of going on what's working. And I love to see Coach Muschamp and his offensive crew not get lost there and go on a hard count and get an easy 5 yards and make things that much easier as we're in the red zone.
Or pretty doggone close to it. 1st and 5 from just outside the 20. Lions moving towards that north end zone. Shotgun set. Haley and Jamison shift. We now go into a pistol set. They're going to hand it to Haley. He's going to cut back inside. There goes Haley. 5, touchdown. I mean, he got to the 5-yard line in 3 steps and then darted into the end zone. And the Lions threatened to knot it up. If the Lions can bang home a McGowan extra point. That little stutter step was impressive.
Well, you can key on the guy all you want, but when you have good execution up front with the line and the line scrimmage, and then you have an athlete like Brandon Haley. I mean, gosh, we saw it with Scales on the other side there with getting lost in the flow and then making a little stutter step. But Brent Haley, goodness gracious.
The Lions shift over. Luke Hart to hold Mac Warren to snap it. And Brendan McGowan will attempt to knot this game up. Good snap. Hart gets it down. And McGowan boots it through. Your new score, Lovett 7, GAC 7. 3:36 to go here in this first period. That Lovett scoring drive was 7 plays, covered 40 yards. The capper being a 20, do we give him a 60-yard scoring drive. Was that a 21 or 20-yard touchdown?
11-20, I think it's got to be officially a 21-yard because when I said red zone, you correctly corrected me and saying not quite in the red zone, so we'll go with the 20 and a half. It's officially a 21-yard run by Grant, though I tell you, I think it might have looked like about a 9-yard run as quick as he went. Impressive release, and I think we've got an idea of the way this game's going to go tonight. And George Privish and their defense certainly well scouted against this GAC offense, but Lovett looked to have no problem as long as they didn't make any kind of their own errors tonight there so far.
So McGowan will tee it up and boot it towards this side where it's going to be fair caught right around the 41-yard line. Rose catches it there. Check that. Now, that was Ross Wood.
Really short one there. That almost got dangerous there for GAC. Luckily, they caught the fair catch. Caught it there by Ross Wood, junior wide receiver. Good field position, though, for GAC. With 3:36 left in the first quarter, and we've got a tie game 7-all.
GAC has it 1st and 10 from their own 41. There's a lot of respect for the return men in this game, obviously.
I'm going to be watching 54, Andrew Bartolome, who's seemingly led every part of their first possession, see what they do on this possession.
Shotgun set, going to hand it to Whiteneck, running wide to his right. He's going to pick up about 4, get hit by Nick Bowden right at the 45-yard line, so giving 4. They ran a stretch play towards their own sideline, towards the river.
Yeah, they lined up strong side left on their formation, but ran it all the way back across to the right. Peter Whiteneck, Kyle Scales, Andrew Lewis, Andrew Bartolome. These are 4 of the guys that were recognized by the Gwinnett Touchdown Club as players of the month throughout this past year.
So shotgun set, 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left. You're going to run the option. He's going to get caught from behind by John Coletti. Nice play on the option by the Lions that time. Excellent play by Anthony.
Yeah, 66, Wesley Anthony read that play perfectly. Went with the pitch man, forced the quarterback. I think he was actually looking to pitch to Scales. And read it back in Coletti at that point.
Along with Brant Wells, but nice play by Anthony, going with the pitch man, but not giving up so much that it was an easy turn back inside. He was forced back inside to keep it on the option. 3rd and 5. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Scales is your setback. Chappell takes it. He's going to throw it this near side to a sliding receiver, Williams, who's going to bring it down right at the 49-yard line and pick up a first down. What a perfect, if you want to pick up 6 when you have to pick up 6,
well,
that was the way to do it.
I actually watched them in their little pregame prior to the kickoff there, and I think they ran that play both to the left side and the right side about 6 times without the sliding catch like we saw on this one. Literally about a 5 or 6 yard completion, and their quarterback looks more like a shortstop or a pitcher on that particular play, and he is very adept at throwing that out pattern, and they just need 5 yards. Hard to cover that play, and they actually brought the chains out the measures from here like it's clearly first down.
It was
back that up.
It was more than the length of the football. Lovett and GAC knotted up 7-7. This is for the Region 6AA championship. Well, Region 6AA championship. And it's clock ticks 2:10, 2:08 And here's Scales taking it out of the eye and diving ahead and picking up about 5 or 6, giving 7. Is there a flag on the play? They stopped the clock. There isn't.
Scales really darts in there and almost lose him, thinking he's down for a couple of yards, and all of a sudden he scoots forward.
Personal foul, face mask. Boy.
What looked to be like a 2-yard gain, scoots forward for 3 or 4 or 5, and the face mask on top of it. So we're talking about 18 yards.
That moves the ball inside the 30 down to the 27. Stops the clock with 2:01 to go. As we said, we're knotted up 7-7, but this is not the Lions' finest hour when it comes to penalties so far this game.
Don't get me wrong, Scales is talented in his speed and his footwork, but you almost lose him there for a little bit in the pile.
So now GAC on this 1st and 10 goes with an I set. Scales is your setback. We shift down. Chappell's going to throw it. He's going to fire it off this near side to Whiteneck, and Whiteneck gets hit inside the 20. Wynn Martin hit him there.
A nice little throw from the other 3rd down conversion. We saw it thrown to the right. This time we saw Chappell throw it to the left. Same kind of pattern, just a nice little in cut. About a
9-yard pickup down inside the 20 to the 18.
We've got all kinds of options here. Look out.
So here's I set. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left for Chappell. Chappell's going to take it. He's just going to hand it off to Scales. He's going to skirt inside, pick up 5 or 6. He's going to go towards the corner and score. Scales is incredibly elusive, and when you think Scales hasn't been necessarily their lead tailback, they've gone with Micah Abernathy, the younger brother of Ralph David Abernathy, the 4th. That's a 18-yard touchdown run for Scales, and well, I hope this isn't an all-night shootout. I mean, they walled us off on that side.
Well, he gets to that second level so quick, and very elusive in that first level, and then when he gets to the second level, he's got the speed to get outside or get beyond linebackers and our safety and cornerback, and he's kind of making things look easy so far. Very Barry Sanders-esque. Those kind of type of running back that you've seen so many times. Kick is not good. I'm with you. I don't know that we expected a true shutout.
Shootout.
The Lions.
Oh yeah, right.
Shootout. Excuse me. The Lions went down the field on offense, no problem after their tough first possession. But both times tonight, GAC's offense, very little going wrong, and we'll see. Hopefully, the Lions make some adjustments on defense and really get things into form, like it sounded like they did last week against Westminster.
GAC scoring drive was 59 yards in just 5 plays. An 18-yard run by Scales for the touchdown. Kyle Scales is the name we're going to have to call a lot. Holtzgrave is going to squib it, and we're going to pick it up right at the 45-yard line. Nice play, unexpectedly, by Will Ewing, the senior, and Ewing wisely takes it, goes straight down with it, and Lovett will have great field position at the 46. They were trying to, well, trick us, for lack of a, that was prevarication, and it's
well, you almost know
wild
it's
as
coming with the craziness not kicking it deep, and that almost worked, but great field position for the Lions here on their own 46 here, 1st and 10.
53 ticks left on the clock in this first period. Lions trail at 14-7. We'll send Marino and Siegel out wide left. We're in a pistol set in the shotgun. We're going to hand it to Haley on a trap. Haley's got 5. He's got 6. He's got 8. He's got 10.
That's the second time we've pulled Eric Thomas from the left side over to the right side. In formation, I think making things look strong left and then handing off to Grant and cutting back right. And a huge hole in a tough spot again.
Wow.
For the Lions. I thought he was well past the first down, but we've got the second and short. But nonetheless, a great block there by Eric Thomas, a sophomore offensive lineman for the Lions.
Ross Wood brought him down short of the first down marker, but it'll make it 2nd and 1. We're going to hand it to Lee. Lee's going to slide inside and pick up yardage. Quickly, Spencer Lee picks up 6-7 yards for a first down to the 38. It looks like that may be the last play of this first quarter unless we try and get one more off. Clock stopped at 14 seconds left. Now it's moving.
Well, we're getting a surge there with the line right away as Coach Muschamp looks like he's calling off the guys here at the last play. But that first series, Richard, we saw us behind the sticks a little bit with a bad first down rush and then a penalty or so. But the second drive and the beginning of this drive, we have blown them off the ball and have pretty Yankee-sized holes there. Things look good for us.
Well, we've got 36 more minutes of football to go. We're trailing 14-7 as we move towards this second period. Want to mention that our
underdog as the best I could read, but wow, that's the first ever state championship in volleyball for women.
Want to give a quick shout out to Jan Parrott, Carol Mansfield listening, Megan Collier, Carol and Scott Rees, all listening along the network tonight. All right, it's 1st and 10 Lions, moving now right to left at the 38. Pistol set, we fake it to Lee. Candler's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to look and try and float it. Oh, just off the fingertips of Andrew Siegel. I think he tried to run before he had it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was tipped. It doesn't look like it was, but slightly behind him. It definitely looked like Andrew was trying to. He had a lot of room over there, and I can't blame him. But you got to look that ball in before you start running with it. You know, we went play action there, which worked incredibly well after all the runs we've had. Willie had a choice there to throw it or run it, and he made a good choice there to throw it, just didn't complete it.
Stops the clock at 11:54 to go here in the second period. 2nd and 10 Lions from the GAC 38. We go with a truck set to the left, single setback is Lee. We fake it to Lee, we run it with Candler. Candler's going to step in and maybe pick up 4. Gets hit hard by Ross, it looks like. That is Ross Wood, rather. Got inside the 35 to the 34 to make it 3rd and 6.
We almost wonder with the play action fake there on first down. Coach Muschamp knowing this is 4 down territory, mind that a bit on an incompletion. You know, probably can come back to that play at any point tonight if we've got third and 5.5 here with 2 down to make.
I'm just checking to make sure we've got 11. I thought we only had 10, but no, we've got 11. So 3rd and 6. Lions from the GAC 34. We go with a shotgun set, 2 receivers left. Candler takes it, has some time. He's going to float over to his right, look to run. He's going to get inside the 30 down to about the 29. It'll make it 4th and about 1. But nice thinking by Willie, just taking it off and going. Lorick brought him down. That Lorick is fast.
Quick to close there, and Willie actually looked like he did everything he could to try to make a pass out of that, even though he had some room to run. He did something there to make it 4th and short. His initial read was left, and he ended up running right all the way over to the GAC sideline. Lovett brings up a big 4th and short here for the Lions.
The Lions may be going dual tight end now.
They're bringing in the Jumbo and Grant Daly.
So we're going to go with a bunch set, unbalanced left. Candler's your single setback. Jamison is your up back. And let's see, I think the Lions are going to call a timeout. They were looking to see. Oh, my goodness.
Called a delay on Lovett there.
I thought we called the timeout out of that.
Seems quick. Wow. Delayed game that did not take longer than normal, but nonetheless, a 4th and short goes to 4th and 6, and Lovett no doubt keeps the offense on the field here.
So on this 4th and 6, ball's moved back to the 34-yard line. We've got to get to the 28 for a first down, and the Lions will send Kinsey out way wide right. And now the Lions are going to call a timeout. I think they just wanted to break huddle and see what happens when we send somebody out wide right.
Well, Lovett's annual admission open house is the best way to gain a comprehensive view of the Lovett school experience. This year's open house is this Sunday, November 11th, 2012. The lower school open house program will begin promptly at 1 p.m. in the Hendrick Chenault Theater located in the Pupil Arts Center.
Let's go, baby!
For your convenience, we provide shuttle buses running throughout the campus to transport families to their destinations. Hard to say a bigger play in the game right here. Second quarter here, but a big 4th down for Lovett.
Out of the timeout, the Lions will go shotgun set, 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Candler takes it, looks downfield, floats it to Siegel, and pass falls incomplete. That's not the Andrew Siegel we know. We had Siegel open. I think he could have turned it upfield for the first down. He caught it around the 30, but the Lions will turn it over, and I know he feels like he is wanting to crawl into the quickest hole he can find, but that'll set up GAC in good field position. I think they got a better break that time on the field position. That ball was inside the 34. Now it's outside the 34.
You're right. Siegel, not like him. Second time on that drive that he kind of looked up and where he had the ball.
Shotgun set for Chappell. 1 setback is Scales. He fakes it. Chappell's going to call his own number. They get a great block on the edge.
Big
Bartolome. He just was road blading. And Chappell picks up about 7.
It's easy to spot Bartolome. He is a large individual. Senior captain on the offensive defensive line for GAC.
So 2nd and about 3 for GAC. I set. And there's a fumble on the play. Let's see, they're diving for it. I can't tell who got it. I think GAC got back on it. That ball scooted straight forward.
Goodness gracious, that's a first down, too.
And sure enough, Scales got back on it. I have no idea how Scales got back on that ball.
It's a 3-yard gain on the fumble. Well, breaks going GAC's way right now. It's 4th and short. Lovett gets the delay of game. Then the stop on 4th down there for GAC, and now a fumble by GAC. Fumbled forward for first down.
Lovett trails at 14-7, 9-11, 9-10 to go here in this second period, but 1st and 10 GAC from the 45. Shotgun set. They're going to fake it to Scales, and Chappell will keep it himself and fight ahead for maybe 3.
I don't mind Chappell having the ball more so than Scales right now.
Patrick Keogh pulled him down, but it was a 3-yard pickup. Grant Wells was there also for the Lions. It'll make it 2nd and 7. Ball's just shy of the midfield stripe. We'll call it the 49. Here's shotgun set, 2 backs flanking Chappell. 2 receivers to the right. He's going to fake it to Scales, run the option, and get dropped. Ewing was there. Bowden did a great job of covering it up, and McGranahan finished him off. That'll be a 3-yard loss, almost 4-yard loss back to the 45, bring up 3rd down.
Well, that's your prototypical option right there where he's supposed to pitch it, but just like you said, you called it. Bowden read the play perfectly as we had penetration up on the quarterback. Bowden covered the pitch man, and I think they're going to throw that play out of the play, but the second time tonight they got gone for a loss. We went 2nd and short there, and a big stop for the Lions. Now it's 3rd and long.
That was Abernathy's first appearance. He was going to get the pitch on that, but
timeout for GAC.
and GAC does call a timeout. 7:52 to go here, second period. Lovett trails it 14-7.
Whether it's inside or outside the classroom, the True Blue Fun helps Lovett live up to its mission of nurturing the whole child, mind, body, and spirit. As an occasional fellow independent school, the True Blue Fun is a
1 match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
I just gave some money to the True Blue Fund.
Well, a big drive last week with Westminster, Lovett. I don't know what they ended up, the results were, but it was fun to be a part of that and see a big turnout for both schools, I'm sure. Every bit helps.
Third, and we'll call it 11. It's a long 10. Shotgun set for Chappell. 3 receivers out to his left. 1 receiver right. Chappell takes it. He's got time. He's just sitting back there. Now he's going to call his own number. He's across midfield. He's going to run out of bounds right at the 42-yard line to pick up a first down. And wow, what a spot. Wow, what a spot. I don't think there was any question about the 43, but he gave him the 39. But give Chappell credit. He took off that time and was doubtless about where he was going with it.
Well, kind of a coverage thing for the Lions there is we went umbrella, and it seemed like every one of their receivers was deep in sort of a man zone look there, if that's possible. And Chappell had plenty of room to get by once he got past our defenders there up front.
First and 10 GAC from the Lovett 39. Eye set. They're going to hand it to Scales. He's going to go off that left side. He's got running room. He's got 10. He's got 15. He's got 20. Running out of bounds inside the 20 down to about the 18-yard line. Tyler Shiflett ran him out. They blocked the edge as their big tight end, big 83, Andrew Lewis. He is amazingly good at blocking the edge.
It's first and 10 for the start from 18. 5 yards for 95 rushes for 94 yards.
That's 5 rushes, 94 yards there for the fine, talented tailback for GAC.
And he may not be their best tailback. It may be Abernathy. Shotgun set on this first and 10 from the Lovett 18. They're going to leave it with Scales again. He's going to get inside. Hard running down to about the 15, 16-yard line. They'll give him the 15. He picks up 3.
As hard as he is to contain and put a blow on, I think he's the type of back that if we get a few solid licks on him, things might start to change in our favor. And so far, that hasn't been the case, as he's reminding us of the Abernathy regime that we saw at Westminster and other backs such at Buford. But good running there so far for GAC.
Second and 7. Coletti was credited with the tackle. They're going to throw it incomplete for a diving Darius Slayton right at the 5-yard line.
Almost makes you wonder why they don't give it to him almost every play.
I was thinking the same thing. Okay.
Almost like they're supposed to do something else, but so far he got a 100-yard gain on 6 carries.
Well, he may roll out this time. You know, Chappell hadn't done that yet. Truly roll out.
Well, and like you said, Peter Whiteneck is out there, the fine receiver, and we've got Scales in the backfield, and Chappell can run it in for a
Well, I think here comes a pass. Even their eye set. They are. They know they're going to run the draw, and we're going to drop him. Nathan Offit drops Scales back around the 20. So it's a 4-yard loss. Check that. Is there a flag on the play? Were we up? Please tell me we weren't offsides. Please.
might be a formation penalty against GAC in the backfield on the draw play. Check the call here. Yep.
Illegal shift is the call against GAC.
The two guys in motion, it looked like. I thought it was a formation waiting for one guy to get online. Great read by, we probably will define that as a great read on the ball play, as they went conservative there, although you can't say really conservative when you're handing off the scale so far. But we read it well as they had a fullback hand in the eye, and we see the scouting report dictates that they will run it out of that formation a lot. If there's a run of penalty and that brings on 4th and long, and GAC elects to bring their field goal kicking unit on the field.
Holtzgrave will attempt what would be a 37-yarder from pretty much dead in the middle of the field. Good snap. Holtzgrave is going to boot it, and it looks like it's good. Holtzgrave bangs it through, and you score. GAC 17, Lovett 7, but the Lions did hold them to 3, and maybe can mount a drive of their own.
Well, it's points for GAC, but really a victory for Lovett defense after kind of getting stymied there on the defensive side and kind of having their head on the swivel, trying to find Scale or Chapel or whoever. Everything seems to be working for GAC, but a big stop on third down. The first of the night for the Lions on stop on third down and holds GAC to a long field goal attempt. And how many times have we seen a long field goal attempt go good against us? But nonetheless, 17-7 lead with 6:43 left in the second period. Lions get the ball in offense, and I think we've got a lot of things going good for us on offense. So we'll see what we can do here as we look for another pooch punt. Pooch kick out of the GAC formation here. Good field position results. Not kicking it to Grant Haley, but I guess when you don't kick it to Grant Haley, you don't risk the giving up the touchdown there.
That scoring drive was 66 yards in 10 plays. Holes Greaves 38-yard, I'll call it, field goal. Here's a pooch kick that Bowden will fair catch inside the 30, right around the 28-yard line, and that's where the Lions will set up. First and 10, trailing 17-7 with 6:43 to go in this first half.
That was the perfect pooch because it was high, a little bit deeper, so right about the 30, ends up being at the 28. So field position so far was a little better than that for the Lions. I'm not worried about our offense here as we get positive yards on first down tonight. We've driven down the field. It's been that little backup or a little hiccup with a penalty or loss of play for some reason that's cost us. It looks like we can control the line of scrimmage on offense.
First and 10 line, shotgun set. We put Haley in motion, fake it to him. Candler's going to run the screen to this side to Jamison. He cuts back inside, up across the 30. Jamison up across the 40 and goes out of bounds right around the 44-yard line. Nice play by John Jamison. Give him the 45.
Well executed play there. Ted Schubert got out as they delayed everything to the right and came back over here to the left. Ted Schubert kicked out there and sprung that play on the nice gain on the screen pass there from Willie Kander to Jamison.
And the unidentified number 48 for GAC was credited with the tackle. We just don't have him on our roster. First and 10 Lions from their own 45, moving right to left. Shotgun set, 3 receivers. Here comes the blitz. We're going to fire it out to Haley. He's going to look for a block, gets one. Gets across the 45 and up near midfield. Got a nice block that time by Will Garrity that sealed Lorick.
Well, Garrity got a good block or else it would have been a loss in the backfield. And from Grant, he could have pulled that block just a little bit longer. He probably could have had a bigger gain. But I tell you what, we see some closing speed here by GAC on their defense. A couple times tonight, it's been a little bit impressive on their closing speed and ability to tackle.
So 2nd and 6, we'll call it. It's really more like 5.5. Shotgun set, 2 backs flank. Candler, he's going to call his own number and get across the midfield stripe. And Ross Wood's going to drop him after about a 4-yard pickup. It'll make it, we'll call it 3rd and 1. It's more like 3rd and 31 inches.
Well, and Ross Wood is the guy we're talking about when we talk about closing speed and tackling. Sure, that's the 3rd time tonight we've seen him sure tackle and really get up the field and make that initial hit and stop.
Shotgun set for the Lions. Pistol set on this 3rd and 1. 1 receiver right, 2 receivers left. Now we're going to put Lee flanking Candler to the right. We're going to fake it, cut back inside, and Candler's going to pick up a first down, diving across the 45. That was a little uncertain exchange.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
No exchange.
Like Willie almost, or Spencer Lee looked like was ready to take that ball, and Willie never gave it to him, and luckily held on to it. That was a little bit off there. Nonetheless, first down for Lions.
Horace Crockett rode Candler down on the 43, but it was enough for a Lovett first down. 1st and 10 from the GAC 43. We're going to hand it to Lee running wide. He didn't have much running room. He's going to cut back inside and make it on his own as he gets going to get down to the 40. And yet again, Ben Lorick was there for the tackle.
Yeah, Bryce Roberts led that well. Big defensive end and held that play. Really, to me, looked like there was no blocking, no ability to get a gain. Nonetheless, we string that out, and Spencer Lee gets about 3.5 yards on his own.
Let me tell you, Lorick goes all over the field to make tackles for them.
Yeah, Big Ben Lorick, a senior defensive line, plays offensive line too for them.
Here's a shotgun set on a 2nd and long 6. Candler's going to hand it to Lee. He's going to cut back inside. Nice running. Does a little spin move. Gets down to right at the 35-yard line. It'll make it, we'll call it 3rd and 2. he really sort of made that all on his own.
Did, and we're without Arthur Winberg tonight, who looks to be injured, and we've seen some good running from him. But Spencer Lee tonight is kind of running with that second and third effort. It gives us a third and short. It's really not a lot of gaping hole there again on the first and second down.
Jake Rose brought down Lee after a 5-yard pickup. We're going to hand it to Lee. He's going to scramble inside and go for maybe a yard, and it'll bring up fourth down. He looked to have just enough to take it, but Bartolome and the unknown number 48.
Yeah, and that brings up, I'm almost going to measure this, but it does look pretty clearly short. That leaves the offense on the field, which is about the same spot of the field where things fall down to the line in the last drive. The team's got to play in now. Fans get on their feet. We're here up here in the press box.
We'll call it a solid yard. Shotgun set, 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. 2 backs flank Candler in the shotgun. He's going to hand it to Haley. Haley's going to slide inside and pick up about 10. Give him 9 officially down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line goes Grant Haley cutting upfield. And Ross Wood brought him down, but let me tell you, Grant Haley exploded for 9 yards.
I don't know what level you're used to watching on TV or listening to on radio, but there's not a more impressive athlete on that first burst there than Grant Haley, and he showed it right there, and that's college level, pro level stuff right there. That was a burst, and you described it perfectly, Richard.
Clock ticks, 2:50, 2:49 to go here in this first half. Lions trail at 17-7, but are now knocking on the door. Shotgun set on this 1st and 10 from the 25. Candler's going to take it. Here comes the blitz. He eludes it. He looks. He's going to float it. Oh, just off the fingertips of McGranahan down inside the 15.
Well, McGranahan could have made the catch, but you're almost breathing a sigh of relief. GAC bought a blitzer. I think it came off from the safety spot, and he was unblocked. And I tell you, Willie did a good job to give him a little shoulder shake and then get outside and get a pass away. But that timing was just off a little, and Jack didn't haul that in.
And I know this is not going to come as a surprise, but that was Ben Lord.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
On the pressure. 2nd and 10 lines from the 25. Shotgun set. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Now we put Haley in motion. We're going to fake it to him, run it. Candler's going to look for running room and scrambles ahead down inside the 20 to about the 19.
I'll tell you what, again, we pull Eric Thomas from the left side, bring him over to the right side. We put Grant Haley in motion to the right, and then we run right behind, kind of a decoy there with Grant. Good blocking, good pickup there, and we're seeing something from a young offensive guard there for Lovett and Eric Thomas, and good run by Candler.
So critical 3rd and 5 for the Lions. Just across the 20-yard line, we're going to send 2 receivers to this near side, Siegel and Marino in the shotgun. Candler's going to take it. He's got plenty of time. He's going to float it over for Marino, and he gets hit hard right at the 15-yard line. Elrod hit him there, but that's going to be just shy, it looks like, of a first down. Boy, what a spot. And the Lions are quickly up to the line on this 4th down. I'm surprised they weren't measuring that.
Yeah,
and I'm surprised he changed.
That was all discombobulated at the end there. That was really, Willie threw the ball perfectly, but a good read there by the GAC defense. About the time Mitchell Marino caught the ball, he got popped. And really an interesting spot there, because to me, I think to both of us, that looks to be very
one match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're going to try to dictate to you what you're going to do on both offense and defense. We're going to come at you.
One shot at this.
Now it's time to put the hats on and go get some work done.
So they're all going to look to make a statement early.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful.
We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the GHSA network, go to ghsa.tv/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're going to come at you.
One shot at this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're going to try to dictate to you what you're going to do on both offense and defense. We're going to come at you.
One shot at this.
Now it's time to put the hats on and go get some work done.
So they're all going to look to make a statement early.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful.
We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the GHSA network, go to GHSA.TV/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna try to dictate to you what you're gonna do on both offense and defense. We're gonna come at you.
One shot this.
Now it's time to put the hats on and go get some work done.
So they're all going to look to make a statement early.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the GHSA network, go to GHSA.TV/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna try to dictate to you what you're gonna do on both offense and defense. We're gonna come at you.
One shot this.
Now it's time to put the hats on and go get some work done.
So they're all going to look to make a statement early.
here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the GHSA network, go to ghsa.tv/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna try to dictate to you what you're gonna do on both offense and defense. We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Now it's time to put the hats on and go get some work done.
So they're all going to look to make a statement early.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the GHSA network, go to ghsa.tv/SBP.
By David Elrod of letting that ball just sort of fall out of bounds.
I've seen that a couple of times this year. He's done the pinch kick so successfully, but a couple of times he's just kicked it a little too close to the out of bounds line and kicked it out of bounds.
But the 35 is better than the 40.
There's really not that much difference, so I don't know if that's really that bad of a play. to me, Coach Munson, I'd like to see him kick it inbound and at least make them feel it.
So 1st and 10, GAC from the GAC 35-yard line. They're on this near hash mark, moving left to right from the south end zone. They're going to hand it to Abernathy. He's going to scramble ahead for about 3. There's a flag on the play. What's that for? Is that a hold?
It's got to be a hold right there at that guard. Big 63 running in there. Britt Lee, I thought, had a grab on, it looked like a Ju there.
Face mask again on who? I mean, I have no idea who that's on. And Coach Muschamp is out around the numbers trying to figure it out. I just...
Well, that was a 5-yard variety, whereas the other two tonight have been 15-yard varieties. I did not see that. I thought for sure that would be a hold. Must have just been a very, very light brush across the face mask there.
Wow. Well, it's the 3-yard pickup becomes an 8-yard pickup, and now shotgun set from the 43. They put Whiteneck in motion. They're going to hand it to him running wide. They get a seal block way on the edge, and we're going to have to knock him out of bounds in Lovett territory around the 43-yard. Early third period, but GAC on the Lovett side of the midfield strike. GAC leads at 17-10.
Well, that was a little high throw there, and I have to tell you, Richard, anytime they don't hand it off, I think we're okay.
Again, high set.
Flag down near side here. See what they say.
I'm wondering if they covered up
legal formation. No
offsides against GAC. I thought it was because it looked like Slayton had covered up Lewis, the tight end, on this side to make him ineligible, but you don't know because he could have stayed in and blocked. But we'll take it. Maybe Slayton lined up offsides because I could not see anybody who was.
Good for the Lions because in first they had 2 running plays there after the penalty in long games, and then on first down throwing incompletion now get a penalty, so it's 2nd and 15.
From the 47, we'll call it. Shotgun set. He's going to leave it with his setback, and scrambling ahead for about 6 or 7 goes Kyle Scales, and he gets down right at the 40, and he was very elusive there. Austin White along with Samuel Najal brought him down.
Well, he's very shifty, and you just can't quite get you're grasping at that floating butterfly, but yet he has some power to get by you if you do get a shoestring tackle. And it's 3rd and about 7 or 8.
So 3rd and 8 3rd and 8 will call it from the 40. Shotgun set, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Here's Chappell. He's going to fire it out. Intercept. Oh, almost intercepted by Wynn Martin. A diving effort by Martin. It'll bring up 4th down, and let's see if they kick it away. By the way, I'm looking for Clay.
Great read there. Good coverage by Austin White on the underneath route, and then a great vision. Wynn Martin had the coverage deep, but he looked back in the backfield and saw the short throw and almost came up with an interception on the overthrows. GAC for the first time tonight is going to line up in a punt formation. So
standing back right at his 45 is Ross Wood. Deep for the Lions is Grant Haley standing at his 10. Wood's going to get off a very, very shaky punt that's going to be down right at the 35-yard line. It's a 5-yard punt. That ball actually I watched it, and unfortunately it caught his ankle, not the foot, when he dropped it.
Break for the Lions there as they get great field position. We saw GAC start out at their own 35. Lions, after a few first downs for GAC, pick up the ball here on what may have been looked like something inside the 20. They get the ball in their own 35 after about a 6-yard punt there. Lions go on offense.
Officially a 5-yard punt, so the Lions will have it 1st and 10 at the 35, 10:26 to go here in this third period, trailing 17-10. We're going to hand it to Haley running wide. Haley's going to pick up about 10, up across the 45, up to about the 46-yard line, enough for a Lovett 1st down.
Big Bennett Glenn kicked out their end over there and sprung that block. That block sprung Grant Haley for a big 1st down gain. He got about 11 on the 1st down. Big run there by Grant. He almost broke.
Trevor DeBecker Decker hit him right at the 44, but carried him to the 46, and the Lions quickly up to the line are going to hand it to Haley coming this side. He looks for a block, finds a little seam, stays on his feet, picks up about 8 yards inside GAC territory down to the 47-yard line, and he's hit by the unnamed number 48.
Well, he broke 2 tackles to get to the 50-yard line, and then ends up surging
Sounds
ahead.
like it says Paul Carruthers.
That's what they're saying. I think you're right. They don't have that.
Yeah, I'm guessing it said Paul Carruthers. I tried to get the spotter to go check for us on 48 earlier, but
no, good game there on first down again by Grant.
2nd and 4. I thought we had more on that, but here's Candler looking for running room, and he's going to get sliced down after he faked it to Lee and picks up about 2, maybe 3.
Like Michael Shea there, and shoestring tackle. No, check that. It's 48. They're going to actually blow it dead here, and it looks like they're going to measure.
From our vantage point, I think it's short.
Yeah, that looks to be short. I don't blame them for measuring it, please. I tell you what, our offensive tackle on the right side, big senior. It is senior night here. Not to bring short of that, but we've got a lot of good seniors, and senior Bennett Gwynn tonight over there on the right side has been blocking really well over on our right side. Of course, our offensive center, another senior, and he's been leading the way all year long. And Forrest Bell playing a lot of snaps, and quarterbacking the play calling there on the offensive line. Good block there by Bennett Gwynn, and do have a little. Seems like every drive we got a 3rd down and short.
Pickens and Carruthers were credited with the tackle, and the Lions are quickly up to the line now after they measure. Shotgun set, 2 receivers left. Candler's going to keep it, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. He just went running off that left side.
Now, Corey Arias pulled from his right over to the left and sprung that play, and all Willie needed was less than a yard, and he got more than that. Good blocking there. Good drive going here for the Lions.
Carruthers along with Mitchell Milovich were in on that tackle. GAC substitutes freely on that defensive front. 1st and 10 Lions, clock ticks, 6:08, 6:07 to go. 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 14, we'll call it, almost the 13. Shotgun set, we put Siegel in motion. It's a pistol set with Haley. We're going to toss it to Haley. He's looking for running room on this edge. He's going to get inside the 15 and step out right around the 11. Boy, if he could have just planted that foot, I think. Oh, they're going to get. Jeez, this side judge does not like to spot it correctly. He steps out at the 12.
We can see coaching staff over there putting in some divots, and the divot was at the inside the 12, almost to the 11, and yet the ball is spotted outside the 12.
Wow.
The divot where he tried to plant his foot, like you said, Richard, to make that cutback, was almost to the 11, yet the ball is spotted outside the 12. Oh, well, short gain. I think we're going to see Willie take this ball as that play has been successful. I know we love getting the ball in Grant's hands, but Willie's the guy on this drive. What was that stoppage for?
It's hard to say. He did go out of bounds, so they can stop it.
Yeah, we didn't get a timeout there. I'm not sure what that was for.
So the Lions quickly, 2nd and 8, go pistol set right. And now the official comes in, blows it dead, and starts it back. Shotgun set, 1 receiver right. Siegel goes in motion to the right. Here comes the blitz. Candler takes it, and he's going to float it deep in the end zone, complete to Andrew Siegel on an outstanding catch.
You got that right, Richard. What a catch. We saw maybe a missed opportunity or two in the first half there for Siegel, and after the brilliant couple of weeks of play, that was a beautiful throw and an even better catch. Back off the back throw and kind of well covered, and Siegel had to go up and make the play, and he did.
Ross Wood was step for step with it.
Wow. What a play from the sophomore quarterback, and an even better play as we've got confetti going up into our booth here, and we love it.
Warren to snap it, Hart to hold, McGowan to attempt this PAT, and it's good. And your new score, Lovett 17, GAC 17, 5:46 to go in this third period. And this is exactly what we thought we were going to be sitting down to tonight. That Lovett scoring drive was 12 plays and covered 65 yards, 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
Well, for the first time all night, Richard, I guess we got to give credit to the defense for stopping the GAC on their initial drive. The first time we've done that all night. Lovett offense, maybe to no surprise so far, because we heard Park discuss the stats with you at halftime. You might be a little bit surprised based on our call so far that Lovett outgained GAC and certainly had the ball for a lot longer on time of possession, and we saw a good time of possession drive there for 65 yards. And one thing I maybe forgot to mention, and I was thinking it, we see a lot of players on Lovett's sideline, and we see maybe a third of that on GAC sidelines, and the depth might come into play here. The GAC having a lot of guys having to play a lot of snaps.
McGowan's going to kick it, and it's going to get scrambled, and Lovett looks like they're going to dive on the ball, and let's see. It looks like Lovett did come up with it. The Lions are acting like they did, and there's a flag on the play.
It is Lovett ball.
And I think it looks like Sales. Is that
Jack Barnes? I think.
No, Jack Barnes came up with it. Jack Barnes dove in and came up with it, and there were GAC players pulling Lovett players off the pile, and the flag immediately came out for that. But Lovett.
That is a personal foul on GAC. Wow. What a turn of events.
Whoa.
Parker Colehill tried to come up with that ball for GAC on not a high pooch kick, kind of a little looping liner that bounced off of Colehill, and I think it was a scrum, and Jack Barnes pulled that ball away, and we're going to get a little extra yardage there as a 15-yard penalty.
And it's almost like McGowan was baiting them to drop it in the area where they weren't going to be. 1st and 10 Lions. 1st and 10 of the GAC 23. Shotgun set. Haley in motion to his right. He's going to cut inside, cut back outside, scramble inside the 20, and go down right inside the 15 at about the 14-yard line. Haley for 9.
Well, our offensive line, you can't give them enough credit. Our formation, we're spreading them out both left and right, so we're getting a wide gap, especially when the ball is on the near hash or the far hash. We're going wide side of the field is what I'm trying to say, and we're going in motion. And either faking it or giving it to Grant's credit. He's making everything happen over there on that wide side.
David Elrod ran him out. Shotgun set, 2 receivers left. We put Haley in motion left. And Candler's going to keep for the first down inside the 13, down to the 12.
Yeah, Coach Muschamp's not happy about something on that end. Maybe pulling our guys down to try to let those linebackers make a play. As Willie tried to get in there. He did get the first down. All he needed was a yard. See that a few times. Those defensive tackles holding those guys, pulling them down and trying to let that either that other end or nose tackle, more specifically the linebacker, get through there.
Yeah, when they stunt, they like to hold the initial stunt and hold our blocker. So shotgun set on this 1st and 10 from the 12. We put Haley in motion behind Candler. Candler's going to call his own number. He's going to cut inside the 5, cut down inside the 5 to the 4 to the 3 to the 2.
Well, perfectly designed play as we put Grant in motion to the left, and we ran back right, and Crazy Legs Willie got out there, and we're in the hurry up here.
And quickly up to the line come the Lions. GAC hustles off a player as they go big across the front. 1st and goal for the Lions from the 1. Shotgun set, 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left. Candler's going to take it, look inside, and dive towards the end zone, and he scores. Willie Candler scores. And the Lions use the kicking game to their advantage and take it 23 yards off a onside kick recovery, if you call it an onside kick. I think it was. I think they designed it that way.
I agree with you, Richard. He kicked it right into an area. It wasn't a typical onside where it was on the ground and then popping up because he did a little soft liner. But you're right. I think it was perfectly designed, and that's exactly what they intended.
So GAC shifts another. They take Lorick out. He's limping.
We've yet to shift here.
And they bring Abernathy in. The lines are still shifted off to the left, and now they're going to move back into a normal point after touchdown formation. Warren to snap it, Hart to hold.
Don't kid yourself. Every point after is big in these games.
And McGowan will attempt this PAT, and he hammers it through. Your new score, Lovett 24, GAC 17, 4:14 to go here in this third period. Don't turn off this broadcast. There's a lot of football left to play.
Well, if you've heard the last two, there's no reason to even think about it, turning it off until the very last second. And I think you're right, Richard. You hit the nail on the head with not a true onside kick per se, as you would imagine it or visualize it as we try to paint the picture here for you. But I tell you, every kick so far has been a little pooch punt, mostly of the high variety where GAC's been able to get underneath and call a fair catch. However, this last time after Lovett takes their drive down the field and scores a touchdown, the kick, they go a little short kick and not much height on it and not much depth on it, but down there to right around the 30, 45, 40-yard line and get that turnover, and that's a turning point so far in this game with 4:14 left here in the third quarter. Lovett leading 24-17.
Scoring drive was 4 plays, 23 yards. We're going to pooch it again, and it looks like they're going to catch it and drop it. And we're going to dive on the ball, it looks like. It's hard to say. It looked like Elrod came slicing across to try and come up with it, and it's hard to see who came up with it. Kinsey could have. They're still unpiling. Ball's right at the 38-yard line, and it looks like GAC came up with it, and GAC did.
They're breathing a sigh of relief because that was the more conventional higher pooch kick like we're accustomed to seeing from the Lions. But he kicked it into a dead spot again. And Elrod was a little late getting over there and fumbled that ball after he initially called a fair catch, but GAC got back on the ball. That's big for them.
I still can't believe that only 1 second ticked off the clock there. Of course, the electric clock operator did go to Alabama. All right, 1st and 10, GAC from the 38. I set. One receiver right, one receiver left. They give it to Scales. Scales steps inside. He's going to pick up about 4. Lee was there to pull him down.
He was pulling at that ball, and I tell you, that's one thing I said in the first half. If you pull at that ball or hit Scales hard, I think you might see a little different back. Now, granted, it is not easy to hit him hard or pull that ball away because he is so elusive and powerful and quick.
Shiflett also credited with a tackle with Lee. 2nd and 6, GAC from their own 42. Lovett leads it 24-17. 3:36 to go here in this third period. Again, Scales running out of the shotgun. He's going to get outside. We're giving chase, and Lee's going to have to run him out of bounds in Lovett territory at the 47. He's so elusive on that edge because he lets the block materialize.
Well, he does, like you say, a little bit of a stutter step to let that block happen, and he's so graceful in getting out there on the edge, and it doesn't look like he's running hard. That's what I mean by being graceful, but he is quick and fast, and he gets to that edge and he's hurried. It's hard for us to set the containment.
So Whiteneck will split out wide left, and Slayton to this near side. Shotgun set on 1st and 10 from the Lovett 47. Running the option. Chappell's going to pitch it wide. Scales is going to go out of bounds almost at the line of scrimmage. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to give him a yard to the 46. Now I can't tell where they're marking it. It's no gain. You're right. I thought he ran up and stepped over, but he actually kept his back foot there.
Well, it's the 4th time they've run the option tonight. I think that nets -8 yards so far. So Lovett has played the option perfectly. Maybe to no surprise after seeing what we faced this year.
2nd and 10 in the shotgun. They give it to Whiteneck. He's going to get dropped for a loss back to the 48 as he's swallowed under by a host of line defenders.
Well, Tyler Shiflett read that play perfectly. That was their stretch play where they run their guy motion, almost like our Grant Haley in motion play. But we read it perfectly, and Tyler Shiflett came up and really got into the blocker and caused that whole play to bob down.
Offit, he was there to sort of seal it too. So 3rd and 11, 3rd and almost 12 from the 48. Shotgun set, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Chappell back. Bowden giving chase. He's going to float it deep. He's got a man deep as Whiteneck behind everybody, and GAC will score.
Well, we went all out coverage there, meaning we're man for man on the edge with an all-out blitz. And the blitz got there, but Chapel stepped up. And when Martin fell down, just as Chapel looked like he was about to run the ball, and he threw a perfectly thrown.
Just floated it deep for Whiteneck.
And Whiteneck ran under it, and Wynn Martin had fallen down, an easy touchdown there on 3rd and long for GAC.
So Holtzgrave will attempt the point after touchdown to tie this game up, and we said we didn't expect a shootout really, but boy, it's turned into one. Low snap, but they get it down, and Holtzgrave boots it through, and your new score, Lovett 24, GAC 24, with 2:38 to go here in this 3rd period.
Richard, all night we've almost been saying, they've got a playbook and they feel like they have to use it. But we see there, while we've kind of been thinking just give it to Scales all night, but we see Chapel make a play right there. And we know why now that they kind of have the vast array of plays that they do, because Chapel made a great play. We sent in a blitz and had 2 guys coming in unmarked. Chapel stepped up in the pocket, looked like he was going to run the ball, and yet last minute he floats the ball up perfectly. Really a highlight film kind of touchdown for GAC.
And we could tell Whiteneck had gotten behind Wynn Martin because Martin had slipped when he thought that Chapel was going to break it downfield or pull it down and go with it. So Holtzgrave will tee it up on that far hash mark, and the Lions have Harris and Haley deep, but I don't think Holtzgrave's going to boot it short. And we're going to take it with McGranahan, and he's going to fight ahead across the 40 up to about the 42-yard line. He's still on his feet. Yeah, I'm really surprised they didn't blow that dead earlier, because I've got to give McGranahan credit. He without fear, took that ball around the 34-yard line and raced back upfield for 8.
Well, the way special teams have gone so far, you almost think both teams are just going to take the ball and down it, but actually McGranahan did a good job to field what was a bouncing onside type kick with no predictable bounce, and he got a few yards after the catch there.
Those of you who know NYO football, this is like an NYO football kicking game. 1st and 10 Lions from their own 43, shotgun set. Campbell's going to fake it to Lee. He's going to try and just get ahead to the 45. He's going to get pulled back. So he's pulled back by Price Roberts.
Well, that's going to be our bread and butter. I mean, Willie needs to have the ball every play, or Grant. I guess both Spencer Lee and John Jameson are running really well too, but we want everything coming from Willie. And that's going to be our bread and butter play all night. I think we're going to run that until they show they can stop it 3 times in a row.
Play picked up 2 yards in the length of the football. We're tied 24-24, late 3rd period, less than a minute 50 to go. We're going to fake it to Haley, and give it to Haley and try and throw it deep. And that pass looks like it's intercepted. Oh, I thought for sure it hit the ground. That ball looked for sure like it hit the ground. The side judge says no, and GAC intercepts it in in GAC territory back around the 18. Boy, I thought he chapped that ball for sure. The guy had the binoculars on it.
Yeah, it looked even from the naked eye like it was a really heroic try a trick play there by Lovett on the sweep, and Grant Haley threw a well-thrown ball, but their guy had inside position. He laid out to catch it, and diving as he caught it, and attempted to catch it. It looked from here easily like he had trapped that ball, or the ball hit the ground, but they rule it an interception, turnover for the Lions.
1st and 10, GAC from their own 18. Chappell's going to take it and go for the home run again. He's going to take it and throw it deep, way downfield. And there's Haley step for step with Slayton, and that pass falls incomplete as Chappell was going for the home run.
Well, Darius Slayton actually had a step and a half on Grant Haley.
But not at the last second.
Yeah, Grant has that closing speed almost like, are you serious trying to do this to me? Chappell threw that ball about 45 yards in the air. I think he waited too long to throw it, but Grant, I tell you, what would you do without him on this team? Goodness.
Shotgun set on this 2nd and 10 from the 18. They're going to fake it to Scales. Abernathy's going to keep it out of the Wildcat and dive ahead. And what a spot did he get this? Oh, my gosh, what a spot. I mean, he
I
bounced.
feel like when they dive forward, they get the benefit of the doubt. When they dive
He
forward,
gets the benefit of the slide.
where the knee was starting to slide, like in the pros when they do a feet first slide.
He landed at the 23 and slid to the 25. He stopped at the 25, and that's where he spotted. So it'll make it 3rd and 3, and let's see what GAC dials up on this 3rd and 3 from their own 25. Clock continues to move inside a minute now in this 3rd period. We're knotted up 24-24. I set. Chappell's going to take it. He's going to look downfield. He's going to try and throw it for his tight end on this near side and float it incomplete, trying to hit DeDecker on this near sideline, and good coverage for the Lions.
Well, I think the initial read was long again to Slayton, but Grant Haley had him covered perfectly, and Bowden stayed home on the inside receiver, the tight end, kind of a little back there, maybe a little H-back underneath route. Lovett holds on 3rd down, and Lovett, to no surprise, is going to get back the ball on offense if they've dominated time of possession here.
So let's see what Ross Wood does with this punt this time. Standing at his 10, he'll get this punt away right around his 14. High snap. Wood takes it. It's a line drive kick that bounds down inside the 40, it'd be down at the 39-yard line. He was so lucky to not have that block. That ball wasn't 8 to 10 yards high off the ground.
Well, he almost kicked it off his center's helmet, and then it almost hit his wide back,
his coverage
guy in the back, and then it almost hit our guy, but he was looking at the ball. Wow, you're right, Richard. You painted the picture perfectly there with this kind of a NYO, maybe an 8th grade kind of a kicking thing going on here all night long.
Buford leads North Hall 24-6 in the 3rd period. Shotgun set for the Lions on 1st and 10 from their own 39. We're in a pistol set. We're going to give it to Lee. He's looking for running room. He's going to try and get ahead across the 40 up to about the 41, almost 42-yard line.
Well, they set, Coach Muschamp has set the tone here. I don't know if the guys up here in the box are seeing it like I'm seeing it, but they've set the tone here for a little misdirection because GAC's defense is now slanting towards our formation, strong side every time. And if we go bootleg or play action, something's going to be there here in the next few plays. Get ready.
Rose and Pickens on that tackle will be 2nd and 7, and that's going to do it for this 3rd period.
Exciting one at that.
I'll tell you, we have played 36 minutes, and we've got 12 to go for the region championship in 6AA. Our alumni spotlight segment, Justin Jones and Fran Tidwell are the president and president-elect for the Lovett Alumni Association. So they do many great things for the Alumni Association, including keeping everybody clued in on things that are going on with alumni.
Let's go!
If you're just joining us, GAC got on the scoreboard first on a 20-yard scoring run by Scales. The Lions answered on a 21-yard run by Grant Haley. Scales scored again to go up 14-7 GAC. And Holtzgreave hit a field goal late in the 2nd period, which was followed by McGowan's 24-yard field goal to make it 17-10. The Lions have put 2 on in the 2nd half in the 3rd period to go up 24-17, and now GAC has it tied up 24-24. Here's Candler throwing it complete to Siegel. Siegel has running room inside the 30. Siegel down inside the 20, eludes one man, and there's a flag on the 30, and Siegel would dive and get in, but there's going to be a hole back along the 30-yard line. But I'll tell you, that was a heck of a play.
Well, the play action, we've said it here that the hook has been set and the bait is there, and that the play action was there and it was perfect.
If he calls block in the back, I may throw up.
Well, I think McGarry got Will Garrity got a little aggressive on his
He
block.
did. He called block in the back. And Ward, that is not a block in the back.
No, he
was
faced.
He was faced up, stalking him, and the guy turned his back.
And Siegel allowed the block to take place and then took the inside route. So it was not. I thought they were going to call him for a hold after he had run by and called him, but no, it was a clear block in the back. And that
it was not a clear block in the back.
Clear signal for a block in the back, but to our viewpoint, no-brainer.
Wipes out the touchdown, but it is a 22-yard pickup for the Lions, and we're a 21-yard pickup, and we're in business at the GAC 40-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 receivers to the left. Candler's going to take it, fake it to Jamison, look downfield, has time. He's going to flow it way deep for Haley. Caught! Grant Haley in the corner of the end zone. Shielded the defender away and then extended his arms and caught it in the corner of the end zone. The Lions go up 30-24, 11:38 to go in the fourth period.
Well, I think I watched Coach Muschamp there after the penalty kind of say, all right, you got the penalty, here we go, because we're going to line up and run this play. And what great pass protection there by the offensive line for Lovett. And I tell you, Willie Candler pump faked about 3 times thinking, should I throw this, should I throw this, should I throw this? And he did and threw it perfectly. And this is a game of anything you can do, I can do better, as our spotter writes down. Perfectly quoted.
Warren to snap it, Hart to hold, and McGowan boots it through. Your new score.
Is she referencing an old song from an old musical that my dad, Bob Jones, might be singing at some point?
11:31, GAC 24.
Wow, what a throw, Richard. You hit it again perfectly, a nail on the head there. I literally think I saw him pump fake 3 times before he decided, because he did have 2. What was probably confusing him or making him crazy, because it was making me crazy, is he had 2 guys underneath, but Grant did that wheel route out of the backfield on the weak side, ran all the way around here to our sideline, had single coverage, and he just threw it up, and Grant made an unbelievable catch. And wow, is there a better combination in Grant Haley and Willie Candler? I don't know. There probably is, but you won't see him very often. Goodness. 31-24, Lovett leads with 11:38 left in the fourth quarter. There's too much time. Too much time left.
McGowan to boot it away, and he's going to kick it short. It's going to be caught on the fair catch.
Fair catch that, did he?
Ross Wood catches it at the 37-yard line. That's where GAC will take over. 1st and 10. That Lovett scoring drive was 61 yards in 2 plays. A 40-yard Willie Candler to Grant Haley touchdown pass out of that wheel route, as Ward just mentioned to us.
Well, it's a long time left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Set. They're going to give it to Scales. Coletti's going to drag him down almost to the line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up a yard, but John Coletti stayed home. Didn't get blocked that time. Shed the block.
Well, the fullback had a clear hold on him, and he got past that hold, and I was waiting for the flag to be thrown.
I was so worried.
But I guess they decided not to, since he made the tackle, and Scales didn't get away, and that's the senior night, John Coletti making a great play on 1st down.
So shotgun set, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. 2nd and 9 from the 39, we'll call it. It's really the 38. They put a man in motion. Williams, they're going to give it to Scales coming this side. Bowden's going to slice up and drop him for a loss for a yard. I mean, Bowden came.
There we go with hitting. Bowden came up and pounded Scales. And Richard, we've been saying that all night. You get an open shot and you hit him hard, and Scales is a little gimpy going out.
And I will say this one last time. That's not where he was tackled.
Yeah, the spot is wow. I just noticed that. I thought you were talking about Lincoln.
You can see where his feet,
his gash on
the field where he landed.
It's literally 2.5 yards behind where they started.
3rd and 10, we'll call it. A long 9, maybe. 3rd and 10. Here's Chappell dropping back. He's going to call his own number. He's going to pick up a 1st down up Lovett territory and get hit. right at the 48-yard line. Austin White was there along with Keogh, but Chapel had nobody open and just took it himself and picked up right at 14 yards, taking it straight upfield. He's done it several times tonight.
Yeah, Spencer Lee had a blitz coming from the outside, and he had a little line on him there, but that's Chapel sensing the presence, that little clock ticking in his own mind there, and he steps up, and then we have all our coverage downfield, kind of that halo coverage down there, that deep zone, 2 deep zone.
1st and 10. Chapel's going to float it out wide, and his ball's going to fall incomplete. Williams tried to pick it up off the ground. They had it blocked.
Well, Richard, I wonder if GAC, I did a little bit of scouting for them, and it seemed like most of their games they were kind of on the other side rather than having to play catch-up. And I wonder if they're getting a little bit of this feeling of we got to do something, make something happen, and they're not executing like they're accustomed to, because that's 2 throws now that we've seen on this most previous drive and now this play where the throw hadn't quite been there, and it normally is.
9:51, clock stop here in this 4th period. Lovett leads at 31-24. 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz on the 48. They're going to drop him right there. Coletti just steps right into the hole and drops Corey Stevenson, a senior running back. That's Stevenson's first carry of the evening. I think he stepped in for Scales. I don't know what the deal is with Abernathy, but they haven't played him much at all tonight. And now here he comes in as I say his name. Abernathy checks out, Abernathy checks in, Carruthers checks out, and now they're going to send 2 receivers out wide right, 2 receivers left on this 3rd and 11 from the 49. Lions coming with a blitz. Chapel stumbles, and we're going to drop him back inside the 45.
Well, that time the coverage paid off. And now we go the 2 deep zone there and push our linebackers up on the blitz, and Coletti comes around, and Azu with pressure right at the middle. Azu won't get credit for a sack there, but he's pushing that center right up. And Lovett stops him there on 3rd down. Big stop by the defense.
Brant Wells shed a block, and then Keogh did a great job of finishing him off. Wood to punt it away. Haley standing down or inside his 20. He'll get this punt away. Low snap, no rush. It's a high kick, going to go off the side of his foot, and let's see if it bounds right, and it does. I could tell by the way he hit it, it was going to have to bound right. Not much of a kick. The Lions will take over with good field position at their own 38-yard line.
Well, this is potentially what could turn out to be a region-clinching drive right here. Not to jump the gun, it's 8:26 left in the 4th quarter. Both teams 3 timeouts. Lovett has controlled the line of scrimmage on offense, and if they
and the time of possession
do that, it's we're talking 24, 25 minutes to 14 so far for time of possession. But if Lovett goes down the field and holds the ball and even scores, we're talking region championship type stuff.
1st and 10 Lions from their own 38-yard line. We put Haley in motion. We're going to hand it to him wide. He's going to pick up a little bit of running room. Going to cut back inside and only get up to the 40. Nice play that time as Parker Polehill shed the block on this near side. He came across field to make that tackle.
Yeah, and a good decision there on the edge there. John Jamison had a block there that he chose not to make, or else it would have surely called a block in the back and would have set us back. So we'll take the 2nd and 8 versus the 1st and 20.
Both teams have their full complement of timeout. Clock ticks inside 7:50. We'll call it 8 from the 40. We're going to run the screen to Jamison, and pass falls incomplete. Jamison did like we've done with a lot of plays tonight. Like St. Pius, I hate to jinx us, but it's like we wanted to go before we secured the ball.
Well, you're seeing the flow of the game on both sides. It's a frenzied pace, and you have to be able to just slow yourself down a little bit, and that's hard to do for anyone, much less 16, 17, 18.
So 3rd and 8 from the 40, the Lovett 40. We're moving left to right. Lovett leads at 31-24. Here's 7:40 to go in this 4th period. We're going to fake it, drop, a pass off. It's going to get picked off. We were trying to hit Jamison on this sideline, and Candler floated it a little too high. And it was picked off on this near side by David Elrod, and GAC's in business at the Lovett 40. An uncharacteristic Willie Candler pass.
Well, I think Willie was trying to get acting like he was going to run and get that backer, David Elrod, to come after him and then float a ball over to his receiver, John Jameson, which would have been an easy first down. He just underthrew it. And a simple play that turns into a big mistake for the Lions. Like you said, very uncharacteristic, giving the ball to GAC with great field position. Down 31-24.
So clock isn't a concern now for GAC. They're going to hand it off to their setback, and he's going to bobble the ball and maybe lose a yard.
Well,
they handed it off that time to Corey Stevenson, and we hadn't seen Scales.
Yeah, and Scales, the flow of the game has changed tremendously with Scales getting banged up there by Bowden and limped off the field, hasn't come back. But I agree with you, Richard. Micah Abernathy, somebody we've heard a lot about, has had very few touches, and he just now comes into the game in the huddle for GAC.
Coletti and Keogh dropped Stevenson for a 2-yard loss. Clock moves inside 7 minutes. 2nd and 12 from the Lovett 43. Shotgun set. He puts Stevenson in motion wide. He's looking for him. He's going to throw it complete over the middle to Slayton. Slayton's going to get away from one man, get away from another, and finally get run out of bounds. Inside the Lovett 30 down to the 27-yard line by Tyler Shiflett. Well, that was unsure tackling by the Lions that time.
Initial, I tell you, that's an impressive receiver. Slayton, sophomore. You got away that initial hit there. It would have been maybe a gain of 2 yards, but he's got speed to be outside the burn. He got first down for GAC.
Shotgun set. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. 1st and 10 from the 27. Chappell with lots of time, takes it himself. He's going to pick up about 7, maybe, give him 6. Down just shy of the 20-yard line, down to the 21. Nathan Offit was there, along with John Coletti. Coletti slow getting up.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've got perfect coverage down the field every time, but there is that ability if we don't get our blitz in there. And Chappell's stepping up, and there's lots of running room.
So 2nd and a long 3. I set. Stevenson's your running back. Chappell's going to roll this side. Look, pass it complete. Complete to Williams down inside the 15 to about the 13. He had to be pulled out of bounds by Wynn Martin and Tyler Shiflett. Stops the clock with 5:56 to go. Lovett clinging to a 31-24 lead here as both these squads are trying to pick up a region championship in 6AA.
This is a gritty, gutsy drive here by GAC as Lovett's really all over the place making plays and looks to be very excited and just can't quite make that first tackle.
It's going to be marked at the 12. 1st and 10 GAC. I set. Chappell's going to take it. He's going to look to the right side, going to try and run it himself. Still looking. Now he's going to cut inside to the 10 and go down about the 9.
Well, he did everything he could to try to throw the ball and look for somebody in the end zone. Stayed on that line of scrimmage, ends up getting 3 or 4 yards. Actually,
Will Ewing brought him down.
He had him bottled up for no gain, if not a sack. And he did fall forward for 3 or 4 yards. If somehow we could hold him here, we need to get a big play, a sack or something. If Scales is out, we know they're going to keep the ball in Chappell's hands.
I set. They give him 4 on that play. 2nd and 6. We walk up into a blitz, so they're going to hand it off to Carruthers, the fullback, and he's going to go down after about a 2-yard pickup. He was just trying to find running room right over the center. He's going down at the 6. It'll make it 3rd and about 3.5. Clock inside 5 minutes. It's 4-down territory, without a doubt, for GAC. I see him running it again. By the way, Gainesville leads Flowery Branch 28-21 late 3rd period. Going for another region championship. I set. Chappell takes it, hands it off to Stevenson. Stevenson's going to get hit. Ball stripped.
Stripped out.
I can't tell who came up with it.
We got it.
It was a fumble, clearly. Ball went down at the 6.
Nope, he raised his hand. Golly.
4th down GAC. I'm surprised we didn't have somebody crawling on that ball.
Offit was down there. That looks like big center, no, big guard, 63, comes up with it. Britt Lee.
So fourth down, fourth and about 3.5. Ball's just outside the 6, and I'm surprised GAC and they are going to call a timeout. 4:14 to go, timeout on the field. Lovett leads at 31-24, and GAC faces a fourth, and we'll call it 3.5.
My, how the game has changed, Richard, since their fine running back, their senior running back, Kyle Scales. Really, for the first time all night, we hit it hard. He limped off the field, and it's been a different flow to their offense since then. And that literally occurred about 23 minutes ago, human time, and about 10 minutes ago, game time. This dynamic has changed. Lovett did give up the turnover there to give GAC back the ball, but 4th and 3.5, 4 yards. Well, actually, it's a long 4 out there. If Scales is in the lineup, you have to play it differently. But right now, Lovett's defense is probably thinking that that fine quarterback for GAC is going to take this and probably go back into some sort of pass formation and maybe even try to run it. We've seen that, but the field is kind of shrunk short here. There's not going to be as much room as he's used to.
As Ward said, it's 4th and about 4. From the Lovett 6.5. Shotgun set. One receiver right, 2 receivers left. They put Abernathy in motion. Chappell's going to throw it over the middle, complete. Touchdown, white neck, right underneath the crossbar. They ran a great job of having 2 slant routes, stopped the slant, ran white neck beyond, and Chappell hitting right in stride.
Well, I think he could make that throw in his sleep, and we saw it in the warm-ups. We saw it for 2 first downs in the first half, and you see it here for a touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
We didn't get any pressure on him.
Potentially a game-time touchdown, and that's one where it's hard to put pressure on because he's taking in the shotgun, they were taking a 2-step drop or even a half-step and throwing that ball as there's a flag down on the field here on the extra point. Looks like it might go against GAC here for a formation violation unless we jumped offside. We're clapping and they're moving the ball back. But that's a throw Chappell makes in his sleep, and kind of like I said in the first half, he almost looks like a combination of a shortstop or a pitcher just darting the ball right there. Maybe more so like a shortstop throwing it to second baseman for a double play. Turn, but he's good at that, and a touchdown for GAC. Let's see if they can tie it up.
So Holtzgreve will attempt a 25-yard point after touchdown. Good snap. It's good! The line's blocking. Grant Haley blocked it. Lovett 31. GAC 30. 4:09 to go. What a play by Grant Haley and Corey Erdos.
Well, Richard, we saw it all first half, especially on the field goal. Grant just coming straight off the edge, trying to use his speed. They're not going to block him because they don't think he can get there, but he got there, and maybe the penalty hurts right there.
I thought my glasses said it was Grant Haley.
Yeah, definitely. I thought Grant coming off the edge, and he jumped up and down afterwards. We were maybe getting a different signal there, like it might be somebody else, but I think Grant came off the edge, and he just runs around that outside blocker. You see that kind of H-back blocker there, came off the edge and blocked it.
That GAC scoring drive went 59 yards in 8 plays. Check that, 41 yards in 8 plays. Sorry, that was the turnover, the interception But
well, we've talked about it all night with special teams, and who would have thought that an extra point, we've seen it kind of go against us a few times in our history. Not too many times has it gone for us, but there's a lot of time left. 4:09 left here in the fourth quarter.
Holtzgreve tees it up on this near hash mark. He's going to boot it short, and the Lions will take a fair catch right at the 41-yard line. Nice play by Nick Bowden, very calmly gathering the ball in. I had my picture taken with Zach Bowden a little while ago before the broadcast.
Yeah, I saw him at halftime. Was he recuperating a little injury or something?
Yep, had some surgery, and he's doing well. I don't know if he's going to get a chance to play baseball with the injury, but he'll be back for football season next year, playing for the Crimson.
We've got a couple of guys graduating there at Harvard that they will be looking at him to take the place of.
1st and 10 Lions holding on to a 31-30 score. 4:09 to go here in this fourth period. Shotgun set from their own 40. We put Siegel in motion to the near side. We toss it to Haley. He's looking for running room. Gets a block. Gets inside the blocking and across the 45 up to about the 47-yard line goes Grant Haley.
With the spot already. Come on. Wow. Come on, people. That's 2 yards shy of where he should have been.
Lorick.
That's huge right now.
Lorick brought him down. It's a 6.5 yard pickup. It'll make it 2nd and 4.
I almost feel like we're down 2 officials or something. They can't quite catch up on these plays.
Pistol set for the Lions. 2 receivers to the left on this 2nd and 4, we'll call it. It's really like 3.5. We're going to run the cross buck to Haley. He's going to pick up a first down into GAC territory down at about the 46-yard line. And let me tell you something. They're defensively holding now every single time on our tackle. Wood, along with Carruthers,
and Muschamp's immediately out of the field.
Made the tackle.
He doesn't get that out there too far. But I think 2 more first downs. GAC has 2 timeouts, so they'll start blowing through them. I think 2 more first downs will clinch this game for the Lions. They're inside GAC territory.
Here the Lions, pistol set on this first down play. We're going to hand it to Haley again. Haley's going to slice inside, pick up about 4, almost 5, dragging a ball here, about dragging a defender with him is Ross Wood. He's going to go down right at the 42, give him 5.
That's the old Washington Redskins kind of delay, pull the guard, let him get through, down block with the inside tackle and hit the linebacker, and that's 3 times in a row, and that play is working perfectly. And we're going to get a bootleg on this here in a minute.
Lovett leads at 31-30. We're late fourth period, 2:32 to go. Shotgun set, pistol set from the 42 on 2nd and 5. We hand it to Haley. He gets a block, cuts back inside, going to pick up the first down. Down to the 36-yard line goes Grant Haley. They're going to have to start burning timeouts now.
Well, Erdos pulled that time and really got a great block on the end on big 54 Andrew Bartolome. And we get a good spot there, or actually just an accurate spot, I should say. That is a first down for the Lions.
Parker Colehill made the tackle.
Great running there by Grant. You're starting to see him exert now his power, because he doesn't go down on the first tackle usually, and that was no exception there. Great block there by Erdos on the pole.
2:04, 2:03, 2:02 to go. 1st and 10 Lions from the GAC 36. They're bunching people up. We're going to hand it. No, we're going to fake it to Haley. Candler's going to look for some running room and get none. I think I hear the first time out coming. Yeah, they are going to call it right here. Minute 50 to go. GAC calls their second time out. Ward, I think one of the things that obviously they know we're not going to throw it. But I'll tell you something. If there was a way to run a screen pass with Grant Haley where we fake it.
Well, either the screen right there, which would be a perfect design, because I can see in my mind exactly what you're picturing, or the play action to Grant and McGarity running the tight end down the middle, because they're going to be bringing everybody up. So either one is probably going to work. However, I think with our field position, where we are on the field, and with a 1-point lead and a minute and 50 left, I think they're going to run the jumbo or the keeper delay there, run the jumbo kind of pull play, the old Redskins, John Riggins play to Grant Haley. 2 contrasting styles there, to say the least. But either that or the keeper out of the pistol. But you're right. If we could run some sort of design, draw a screen, or run McGarry over the middle here.
2nd and 10 from the 36. That play failed the game that time. Pistol set right. We're going to hand it to Haley. He's going to look for running room. He's going to get inside the 35 down to about the 34, and here comes another timeout. That'll stop the clock with a minute 44 to go, and the Lions will face 3rd down. But that is their final. That should be their final timeout.
Yep, that is. Lovett leading 31-30 here. 1 minute 44 left on the clock as we give you a little game reset. Really, this is an evenly matched game as you can get, and it comes down to we've had turnover for each team and one that's led to points and a missed extra point. Who would have thunk it?
If the Lions run the ball this time, more than likely GAC will only have around 55 seconds.
Well, you would think with this
if they get the ball back on a 4th down.
Lovett 3rd and 9, a good solid 9. If they run the ball, the clock will run, get down to about a minute 10. Lovett probably takes a penalty based on this field position inside the 35. Let's just get a first down. We don't have to worry about this. But nonetheless, Lovett, I think you got to hand it off here, although we do have the Riverboat Gambler and Coach Muschamp.
38-yard line for the Lions. We fake it, roll out on this 3rd and 8. Candler's looking. He's going to throw it complete to Wynn Martin down to the 22-yard line. First down, Lions. Did you say something about Riverboat?
Wow. And we've got a great block there on the edge by Bennett Wynn. And we've got a sophomore quarterback who plays like a veteran with no nerves in his body, because he rolled right and looked down the middle, looked right, and then came over here to the far sideline and our sideline and Wynn Martin on a curl.
And we're inside a minute 30. We can go victory formation. Clock starts to run. Goodness gracious. Clock inside a minute 15. Candler takes it, takes a knee.
Folks, you're missing something here. I hope we're giving you the excitement. We're painting a picture for you as best as we can. This is something else. These 3 weeks in a row that Lovett has played is kind of remarkable. Wow.
2nd and 11, but the Lions still in this victory formation, just trying to run out the clock. 42 seconds to go on this 2nd down. Candler takes a knee. They can't stop the clock. Just so you know, there could be a big. I didn't want to say it.
We didn't want to say it all night. Neither you nor I. We didn't talk about it even.
We will in a second. 23, 22, 21 seconds. Candler takes a knee. That's going to do it.
Well, on senior night, you're going to get any better than this.
13, 12, 11, and as the clock ticks down, this is Mike Muschamp's 100th victory as a high school football coach in Georgia. A time spent at Savannah Country Day in his 8 years here at Lovett. He's already at 100 wins. Congratulations, Mike Muschamp, on your 100th win that got you a region championship.
100 wins, a region championship, and you could probably have it no other way than to have it on senior night with this group of seniors. Goodness gracious. Congratulations, Mike Muschamp, Lovett Lions. You'll probably want to not talk about anything about 100 wins. You'll want to talk about a region title, and we can't blame it as Lovett's accomplished something. Wow. Feels like a lot more than just a region championship on an exciting night of football as Lovett clinches a 6AA. Region championship will be the #1 seed going into playoffs, and we'll be right here on the riverbank next week, Richard.
In fact, we'll be back here for 2 weeks, which is pretty remarkable. I mean, I cannot get over what kind of ball game this was. 52 years of football, now 14. Check that, 16 region championships, 10 Final Fours, 1 state championship, and this was as exciting a high school football game. And I didn't think we'd top Wesleyan, and I certainly didn't think we'd top Westminster. The ebb and flow, but this was ebb and flow.
Well, and I'll tell you, statistically, you and Park talked about it at halftime, and that gave you no indication Lovett was down at half by points that, based on stats, you wouldn't even dream that they'd be down. But ebb and flow, really, to be honest with you, GAC kind of in their own way dominated the first half because they were just better than us, and we couldn't stop them. They didn't have their punting unit out on the field all night, seemingly until the third quarter. But I tell you, we saw it last week. We've seen it all year long. Some adjustments on defense, a senior-led defense, and Lovett came out on the first drive to open the half and stop GAC. Got the ball back and took the ball down and scored. And let's get a little post-game wrap-up here with some stats here. Looks like 227 total yards for Lovett compared to 186 for GAC rushing yards. Check that. It's 227 on the ground. 336 total for Lovett versus 281. Stats are not going to really be the best indicator. Both teams had a turnover, and 186 on the ground. I tell you, a big turning point for this game. Stats are not. Kyle Scales, senior running back for GAC, going out. We talked about it. Let's get a pop on this guy one time. Let's pull the ball out of his hands. We got a pop out on him. let's go with his brother Nick Bowden, getting the pop on him, force him out of the game. The flow changes. We see a celebration going down there on the senior night here. Lovett clinches the region title.
And I couldn't be happier for Larry and Sally Muschamp, or I should rather say Sally and that guy Muschamp she's married to.
Right.
For coming here to see their son Mike pick up his 100th win, because they have two famous other sons, Pat Muschamp and a guy named Will Muschamp, who coaches somewhere in Alachua County, Florida.
Well, I guess probably one thing that stood out to me all night was time of possession. Lovett ends up 28-49 time of possession compared to 19-11. And I think where you saw that really take effect is in the second half with, GAC not having maybe the most depth that they've ever had, but the defense kind of slowed down, got back on their heels. And our line of scrimmage tonight, our offensive line really did a job. And let's give credit to those guys. Ted Schuber, Eric Thomas starting tonight as a sophomore. Forrest Bell on senior night. Corey Erdos. Give him some.
He pulled and
let's buy him a Gourmet's pizza and a gourmet pizza and give him some water. He played just about everywhere. And I tell you, senior Bennett Quinn has kind of done the cycle here, going up and down, been a little bit hurt, but he came back tonight, did a fabulous job of blocking. And what could we say if we didn't have Grant Haley and Willie Candler? I mean, those two guys, my goodness. Can't talk enough about this game, folks.
Want to thank our sponsors, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Before we do say much more about our sponsors, I want to mention this. Next week, the Lions play the number 4 seed out of